Hello, it's Ron Latronico with Latronico Homes, brokered by eXp Realty, and this is your June market update. So, pretty exciting times in the real estate business, in that we're finally seeing the market kind of calm down. The last 2.5, 3 years has been absolutely crazy as far as the difference between sellers and buyers. If you're a seller, it's been a great time. If you're a buyer, it's been a rough time. Right now, there's pros and cons because of the interest rate increases that we've been seeing. It has cooled the market off a little bit. We're starting to see inventory climb a little bit. We're starting to see prices go back down, or not. We're seeing them drop slightly, but it's more about not as much, not multiple offer situations all the time, not always 2, 3, 4% over list price. So we're starting to see some of those changes. So let's get in the numbers and we'll talk about it here. So in Pierce County, we've gone to 6 days on market. Last month it was 5 days on market, and in June 2021 it was 5 days on market. So I'm sorry, 5 days on market. So we have seen the median days on market go up a little bit. It's actually, I think we'll see in the next couple months, we'll see that number increase, because especially at the higher price points, we are seeing homes sit on the market for a little bit longer. And it's created some opportunities for buyers. Median home price for Pierce County is $570,000. That is a drop of $15,000 from last month. So it was at $585 last month, and it's down to $570. I don't anticipate we will continue to see a big drop like that. We might see a little bit more, but as we'll talk about at the end, this isn't. I don't believe it is the impetus of a crash like 2007, 2008. This is just a little bit. It's mainly because of the interest rates more than anything else. So $570,000 median home price in Pierce County. That's still up to over 10% from June of last year. It's down from last month. Sold price versus list price. This is one of the numbers that we've seen a big change in. And we'll talk about this, and then inventory. So we have dropped from 104%, almost like 103.5% down to 101% of original list price. So we are getting closer to the market where list price actually means something. It's not a starting point. So we're still, the buyers are still paying more than list price, especially at the lower end market. Now, if you're talking 600,000 and above, those homes are sitting a little bit longer. If it's a sub $500,000 home, a starter home, those are still going fairly quickly, and you're seeing a few multiple offer situations with those, but not as much as we were. All right, and then for new listings, so 2005 new listings in the month of June, which was up 10% from June of 2021. That's a pretty significant jump, and it was up 150 from May. So we typically see that increase. May, June is usually the highest months for new listings, just because that's when kids get out of school and stuff like that. So May, June, July are usually our highest months for listings. So, but sold listings, which is interesting, is down 17.2% from 2021. So we have 10% more listings from 2021, but sales are down 17.2%. So you can see why we're seeing that increase in inventory. But it's only down 25 sales from May. So we're right in that area where we should be. Months of inventory. Here's one of the biggest changes. 1.5 months of inventory. That's up 114% from June of 2021, and it is up a half a month's inventory from May. That's a huge increase, and this is the biggest this is the highest amount of inventory we've had since September of 2019. September 2019 we were at 1.6 months for Pierce County, so that's pre-COVID. Once COVID hit, inventory plummeted, prices skyrocketed, and that's some of the things that we're seeing, and we're starting to see the market kind of normalize. We're going back to 2019, which again was still, a balanced market is 6 months of inventory. So we're at 1.5 months. So you can see we are still in a very strong seller's market. So for Thurston County, similar changes that we saw in Pierce County. 5 days on market, which was not a change from May. I think that's mainly because Thurston County tends to have more homes in that sub 500 range. Pierce County has priced themselves up so high that they have a lot of homes over 500,000, and you get under that 500,000, so you're still seeing those homes move fairly quickly. But I do think we'll see that number rise over the next 6 months. Median price went up. So median price went from, it stayed the same. 500 stayed the same from May. It went up 11.7% from June of 2021, but it stayed the same from May. So it's pretty rare that we see a drop or staying the same, especially this time of year. Last year from May of 2021, we were at 455, and we went to 470 in June. So that's about a $15,000 increase for Thurston County last year, and this year we stayed the same. So another sign. And sold price versus list price, we're at 101%, which means people on average paid 1% more than the list price for these homes. And I can tell you, so again, the homes at the higher price market are going slightly less than list price, or maybe getting some concessions. So those are some of the things we're seeing, which is down. It's a 5.1% decrease from June of 2021, and the number went from 104% in May to 101% in June. So that is a huge decrease in list price versus sold price. So people are basically getting homes for pretty close to the price that they're listed, which has not been the case for the last 2.5 years. So in Thurston County, 737 new listings, which is up 13.6% from June of 2021, and it's up from May as well, up 122 from May. So 122 new listings, which is pretty close to average. That's typically what we see, which again goes back to Thurston still riding a little bit of the wave. Sold listings 507, which is down. So you have new listings coming on, sold listings going down from June of 2021, but they are still up from May. So again, still seeing those increases there. And then months of inventory is down again a half a month, or up a half a month inventory. So we went from 0.8 to 1.3 months of inventory, which is a substantial increase. But you can see it with new listings. There's more new listings and there's less sales. So what does all this mean, and what's the future? I don't know for sure. All I can do is tell you what I think. And you'll see the gloom and doom. Oh, the housing market's going to crash, and so on and so forth. And that could happen, but it's very, very doubtful. Like I said, a balanced market is 6 months of inventory. We're at 1.3 and 1.5 months. Those numbers are increasing, but a lot of that has to do with interest rates. So what I anticipate seeing is that right now, people's purchasing power has gone down because the interest rates have gone up. Interest rates are still historically ridiculously low. I know it doesn't seem that way when we saw 3 and 4% for such a long time, but 6% is still a really low interest rate historically. Until I think it's going to be a little while until people's purchasing power catches up with prices. So a $500,000 house, which might have cost you $2,800 a month, is now costing you $3,400 a month with that interest rate increase. So until people's purchasing power catches up with the home prices, I think we're going to see prices kind of stagnate. I think we're going to see it kind of level off for a while and maybe dip slightly like we saw in Pierce. And it's compounded because inflation has gone up, gas prices are ridiculous, and so on and so forth. So people's amount of money that they have to spend is less. So until those things catch up, I think we're going to see prices kind of stagnate, maybe drop slightly over the next 6 months. But it would not surprise me that, especially after the first of the year, if we see BAH increase for our military families, that we could see another little bump next year in home prices. So that's kind of where we're at, and what I see happening. We'll continue to monitor it. I'll continue to provide this information. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments or send me a text or email. My information's at the end of this video, and have a great day, and contact me if you want to buy or sell a home. Bye-bye.